Hello, Ergas51 here, and today we are in Minecraft once again. And this time, I'm going to be doing a video tutorial on something. So here we are in this little, I don't know, beach, desert thing, but that's not why I'm making this video. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make a dialogue using command blocks in the exact form of Against Iskerside. So if you've played Against Iskerside, you might have noticed like the dialogues are like this green speech bubble block above the characters. You press the button, a dialogue pops up, and then you click the green bold text to continue the dialogue. So I'm going to show you exactly how to make that. It's the hardest part of it. The actual dialogue itself is actually pretty easy to make. The hardest part is actually making the speech bubble block. You might think it's modded, but it's actually just map art. So all you need to do is get an empty map, go to a chunk you don't plan to use, and activate the map. So we got our map right here. So we got our map, and then you're gonna need dark green wool, light green wool, light gray wool, and white wool. These are the colors Facade used to make his block, but it can be any color you want, really, but I'll stick with green just because that's how it really was. Alright, so what you want to do first is go over to your first corner. I'm going to start with this corner since it's elevated the highest. You want to make sure it doesn't run into any blocks. Okay, so about right here, we're going to place our first block. It's going to be the dark green wool. So we're going to back away, make sure that's on set right. It's easier to do this in a super flat world, but I'm doing it in a regular world because why not? Alright, just a little bit to the right. Okay, about one more. And that's exactly how we want it. Directly, exactly on the edge, like that. So you want it to be 4 blocks wide, and we're going to make it 2 blocks tall. So it's going to be 32 blocks. So now, the next thing we're going to do is get our other 3 corners. To do this, we're just going to build, just in a straight line like this. Build in a straight line like this. Once again, before you start building this, make sure you're doing this in a chunk that you don't want to use for anything else. Because if you put anything over the speech block art, it'll cover it, and then the dialogue blocks will look like whatever you put there. So make sure that you don't want to use this chunk for anything. Okay, we've reached the end now, it looks like. Finish it out a little more. About 1 block more. I still see a little blue. Okay, good. Alright, so now, to speed the process up, we're going to do fill in these coordinates, and we're going to bring it over to these coordinates. And the fill command is going to be your best friend when it comes to this. So fill green wool. Alright, so we've got our first edge right here. So now, we're going to do our second corner. So we're going to start building down this way. We're going to start building down this way, just like that. Pretty fast builder, so you feel free to pause this video if you can't keep up with me. Okay, now this part is difficult because there's just a bunch of green here. Alright, so to help me out, I'm just going to place a bunch of this white so I can see this corner easier and know when it's time to stop with the green wool. Alright, so I think it's right there. Yep, right there. Okay, so we can get rid of this now. So now we're going to fill in our second edge. We got our... So we got 3 out of 4 corners. Now the 4th corner we don't even need to go to, because from this point we can fill from here and then go down here diagonally. So we're going to take our light green wool. We're going to start by building, make sure this is 4 blocks. We're going to place our light green wool right here. This is only 1 block tall. And then fill that coordinate, and then we're going to go all the way over here to our opposite corner. Fill like, make sure 4 blocks. And right here, lime wool. And that's our base for the speech block. Alright, so now with that done, we can easily just bring down our other 2 edges. Now that, and we don't even need to count anymore. We don't need to count anymore. Okay, then do the last edge. And there you go. That is our base for the speech box. So we're done with all the green. Now it's time to move to the gray. Now this can be any color you want. You know, it could be blue, purple, red, but green is what's the best, really, because that's what the sodding used. Alright, now we're going to get an item frame. And just for a test, I'm going to put this item frame right here. I'm going to put a copy of the map right there. This is so we can tell if the speech bubble is centered or not. So here's our button. So we're going to place our button here. As you can see, we haven't even started building yet. Alright, so we're going to start with, we're going to try maybe right here. Let's go with right here. It's hard to tell if this is like completely centered or not, so this is why we have the testing button over there. It's not actually hooked up to anything. Okay, let's try this. Just to make sure the speech bubble block is centered. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright, that's decently centered. It's a bit too big on these 2 edges though. Alright, so let's shorten this a little. I'm gonna shorten this by 3 blocks. I'm gonna shorten this by 3 blocks. Okay. Alright, that looks good. Now for the gray wool. Now, for the gray wool, we're going to do the same thing we did over here, basically. Create the outline edges. However, this time, it's a bit different. Unlike over there, where we did the corners, there are no corners here. So leave the corners blank this time. So we're gonna start. So we're not going to worry about the pointy part until last. We're just gonna get our gray wool, make it daytime so you can see. It's all 4 edges. And there we go. So now for the pointy part. So we're going to take out about this right here, fill this in with white. There's going to be 5 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about like that. So now we're just going to fill this in. We can fill this in by hand because it's not a whole lot of digging. I am going to use the command for this though. Alright, so now once again we're going to bring our edges down, and once again there's no corners. Wait, there is a corner here actually. This is the only corner there is, but everything else is not a corner. Yeah, I build really fast. And there we go. That is it for our speech block bubble completion. Look at that. So that's how you make the speech bubble art. So now we're going to make the actual dialogue. Alright, so for this, we're going to need to bring out our command blocks. We're going to need impulse and a chain. And just to test it, we're going to get a redstone block. Alright, so we're just going to, I don't know, go over here. I'm just going to do summon villager tags. You must give it a tag. So we're just gonna make it, I don't know. I'm just gonna make it hey. Custom name. Metal use the scientist. I'm just gonna do villager data profession. Like where again? Level 2. Type planes. Oh, one more thing. No AI 1. Alright, so there's our character. So we're just going to place a command block above him, about 3 blocks above the ground. We're going to place our button, and then we cover it with the speech bubble art, just like that. So we're done with this whole speech bubble art thing. Now, to set up the actual dialogue, make sure you put your commands, like, I don't know, somewhere you don't plan to use them. I plan to delete this world right after I do this tutorial, because I only made it to do this tutorial, so I don't care where I put it. But we're going to place a command block right here, and this is where you're going to set our redstone block. So the coordinates are 70, 63, and 4. Set block 70, 63, 4, redstone block. And then, oh, make sure you do command block output false. And then in this command block, we're going to do set block those same coordinates with air. See, this is just so you can activate the dialogue multiple times. Right, so our next command block is going to be the actual dialogue. Alright, so tellraw add a text. So first you do your character like this, Metal use the scientist, and then, hey, my name is Metal use. This is just an example. So there we go. So that's your basic dialogue. However, if you want to continue it, this is what you do. So we're going to bring a whole second command chain here. To set these coordinates with air. Just like that. Oh, I got the wrong coordinates. Okay. Now this command block is going to have tellraw add a text. There we go. If I remember how to do this. I usually could copy this from a thing, actually. Let me just go to... Like, I know this command, I just prefer to paste it. Alright, so we're gonna paste our... We're just gonna paste a template here, okay. Like this? Oh no, not that. Okay, this. Alright, this. Alright, so we're gonna set block 70, 63, 6 redstone block. I'll paste all of these commands in the description of this video so you don't have to retype everything. So here we go, we're going to do text, and then option A, my name is Ergas51. I think that's how it goes. That's not how it goes. Okay. I am an idiot. Alright, we're just going to get our base text. I'm just going to go ahead and copy all of this. Okay. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, so we'll do our text first. A, hello, my name is Ergas51. And make sure the color is dark green. It's going to be bold true. Set block our coordinates. Just like that. And this should work. I'm just going to disable this just to make sure it works. So we got our thing. So if you click on this, it should go right there. Oh yeah, make sure you turn off command feedback as well. Just like that. Alright, so we'll turn this back on. Alright, so the next one is interesting. We're going to do execute as at S unless entity at E tag equals hey distance for run tellraw at a text metal use the scientist is too far away, come closer to answer. Color yellow, italic, true. So if you're too far away, you can't answer him. You can't answer him. It's just like in the game, just like in Against Iskerside. So in the last command block, we're going to do execute as at s if entity at a tag equals hey distance 4. Run tellraw at a text, and this is where you insert the next dialogue. So we're going to metal use the scientist. That's cool. Just like that. Alright, so let's test it. Hey, my name is Metalius. Hello, my name is Urgus51. That's cool! Metalius the scientist is too far away. Come closer to answer. And that's how you do it. Now, there's also, in the game itself, there's also a B option. So what we're going to do is just copy the MBT from this command block. Make sure you change your, for a second option, just make sure you change this to light green. Change this to B. And then change this to, I don't know, whatever. And make sure you change your coordinates as well. So this is how you add a second option. And for the second option, just, copy this again and change. The only one you need to change here is this. But that's how you make a dialogue in the form of Against Iskerside. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.